weather enthusiasts. I'm your host, Pat's Path Predictor. Let's get right into the weather. Tonight is going to be a very big night. It is the start of hurricane season. We have a lot of stuff to talk to you about tonight, a lot of things to go over. And already we have 26 concurrent viewers right now. We already have almost as many viewers now than we maxed out last time we did this stream, which is absolutely incredible. Thank you guys for showing out and support, and we really appreciate that. But we're going to go ahead and introduce a couple of our callers tonight so we can get things going. Let's go ahead and start with Yoshi. Yoshi, say hello to the stream once again.
Hello, everyone.
And we have Fire Ant, aka Tony, joining us as well. Tony, say hello.
Hello, everyone. How you all doing tonight?
Yeah. Let us know how you're doing, and let us know if you're excited for the stream. Hopefully, we'll have a few other people coming on tonight as well to give their input. I reached out to John, see if he wanted to come on, so maybe we'll have him in a little bit. But ultimately, let's go ahead, and without further ado, let's go ahead and get started for a little bit. So, we're going to start tonight a little. We're going to start tonight a little bit different. Yoshi has some things he would like to go over first. And we're going to go over first, and we're going to go ahead and give him the time and the space for him to cover what he needs to cover, and then we'll get to the tropical stuff. So if you guys would go ahead and turn your attention to Yoshi, go ahead and you have the floor.
Hello, everyone. This is Yoshi. I am one of the tropical people here. I'm more also in Florida. I handle Florida weather, daily Florida weather. This time, though, it won't be just normal daily Florida weather. We're going to start this off, though, a bit different versus our normal tropical dreams. And this time, we're going to start off with actually some Florida weather that's going to be going ahead. But it is connected to something tropical, and you guys will see very, very soon. So I created this kind of like forecast over the next week that is for potential flooding in Florida. So I will just read that out, I guess. Pat, if you can go to general weather chat, go up to Alex's rainfall forecasts.
Yep.
Like the rainfall map.
Yep. The first one.
It's like blue, red. Yeah.
This one. Perfect.
The colorful one.
Yep, I got it. I'll go ahead
and
open it up. And I will share my screen in the Discord, so that way we can, kind of understand where we're getting at.
There we go.
Okay, share your screen. Okay, it's gonna take a second.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on 1 second. I apologize. Some technical stuff behind the scenes. Perfect. Is this what you're looking for?
Yep, I'm looking at it on the screen right now.
Yep.
Awesome. Okay, read this out. A system may form along the east coast of Florida, possibly in central Florida. The front that just moved through may produce a cutoff low/thunderstorm complex all through Florida. Florida may get affected for up to 5 days, which could cause flooding through the entire state. Areas like Miami and Melbourne may get the hardest of the rain. However, a local area of Pasco and Hernando will also be affected. The soil got saturated recently from the recent cold front. While not large, there may be a chance of floods throughout the area. For all of Florida, however, all of Florida must be prepared for flood risks, especially Miami, Port St. Lucie, Melbourne, Naples, and Key West. Do not be caught off guard even if you are outside of this area, as localized flooding is still possible. The Weather Prediction Center has already put up flooding risks for the southern areas of the state. Do not drive if it is not necessary. Do not attempt to cross flooded roads. Half of flood deaths are from motor vehicle incidents. Only 6 inches of water can lift a mid-sized vehicle. Have a plan to go to higher ground if needed. Para las personas españolas. Lluvias muchas será ser que los caminos peligrosos. No intente conducir y vamos a tierra superior si hace inundaciones. Was hoping I did a good one there, but yeah, that's pretty much all I got except for these Wonderful flood maps.
Yep. Well, thank you very much, Yoshi, for that, and let's give him a round of applause for him doing it in Spanish as well. We really appreciate that. So,
I tried. There's probably a lot of mistakes in it, but hopefully enough that people can understand.
yeah, perfect. But regardless of that, we do appreciate the effort that you've put in, as well as the effort you've put in over the last kind of the quote unquote off season we've had to really improve some of the tools we've had here at Storms United. We really appreciate that. We really appreciate words. We really appreciate that as well. But anyway, so yeah, this is the flooding map that Yoshi wanted me to bring up. Quite a bit of rainfall coming up. Is there anything else you'd like to add on this before we move on to the main meat of what we're going to be talking about tonight? Yoshi?
Oh, what? I'm sorry, I was texting the chat.
Don't worry about it. Okay. Okay, I'm getting some people in the I'm getting some people in the chat. Okay, yeah, I'm getting some people in the chat saying that they can't hear my mic. Can you guys hear it now? Number one, and number two, Yoshi, before we move on to the main meat of what's of tonight, is there anything else you'd like to add with the at least the flooding threat for Florida?
Well, I will say that we're saying your mic's great now.
Yeah.
At least a little better.
Yeah, but that's good.
With flooding, I will say that the more southeast of a state you are, places like Miami, Melbourne, Port St. Lucie, the more south and the more east you are from the state, the more rain you'll get, as you see on this map here.
Mm-hmm.
So if someone asks what this exactly means, pretty much this is a rainfall map over the next 7 days. So you see here that all of this is from the next 7 days. The blue areas are more like 1, 2, 3 inches, while the more redder, yellowish you go, the more rain you get over the next week, getting closer to 5, 6, 7 inches. And as you see, places like the Everglades, Homestead, Miami, Key West, and Marco Island are deeply in that orange and yellow and even like slightly lime greenish. That signifies a lot of rain over the next 7 days. And it's not going, and that's not even for all of those 7 days. Your guys will see rain from, I believe, tomorrow onwards. So that not even going to be, that's going to be within like 6 days, I believe, 5 or 6 days.
Yeah.
So, and the more north you go, the less rain you guys will get. But don't let that catch you off guard. We did just have a very recent front which caused a good amount of rain, which does mean that the soil, despite the drought, I will say there's a drought, but it's lessening very recently, that the soil is still quite saturated, especially in those more northern areas. But now it's more of a south's turn. Sure, the soil may be slightly less saturated, but the extra rain will more than make up for that, definitely. And the Weather Prediction Center has put flood risks. Let me get the maps here. I'll get the maps.
I'm looking at them myself in general chat.
Awesome.
Is this
all right?
These are the 3 maps we have right here? Is this for the next few days?
3 maps. Mm-hmm.
Which one do you want me to pull up?
You can pull up probably day 2, which is the second one.
Perfect. Here's day 2's WPC flood risk. For
there
those
is
of you tuning in.
There is one for today, so I did kind of lie when saying there would be no rain today. There will be, and it's going to be quite a lot. Day 2 has slightly worse. Through Miami, we have a slight flood risk here. All through June 2nd through June 3rd, and up through Melbourne and out through Port St. Lucie and Naples here, but also towards Key West. And day 3 will have, that's on a different post. Day 3 will have.
Let me go ahead and get that.
Awesome. Day free has all of extreme southern Florida under slight risk, and about a bit north of that up to the northern part of Lake Okeechobee, about Naples area, we have a marginal risk. However, these risks are nothing to scoff at here because remember, remember, excessive rainfall can still cause a lot, and soil's still saturated. So these flood risks are definitely nothing to scoff at, especially with slight. If you're in Miami, you probably should be getting prepared. You should prepare a plan to move to higher ground, and
Yep.
don't drive. Try not to drive unless it is very important. And
Like an emergency.
I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you this. No matter what, okay, no matter what, do not attempt to cross flooded roads. No matter what, because only 6 inches of water can sweep away a car, about a mid-sized car. That would be more like 8 inches for like one of those giant trucks.
Yep.
And you might think, oh, that's not 6 inches. Trust me when I say this. I can tell you this from a personal experience. I can tell you this from a science/meteorological experience. Floods look way shallower than they actually are.
Yes.
And that can fool you. So don't try to cross a flooded road, even if it looks shallow. Because guess what? Especially if you don't know those roads, they may be deep. All right. So even if they're shallow, don't try to cross flooded roads. So that's my entire thing on it. And basically, probably going to be some flooding all throughout Florida, but especially the south.
All right, thank you very much, Yoshi. We really appreciate you doing that. A couple of things. Michelle Howard commented, "Hey Pat, this is my first time here on your live stream. Well, welcome to the stream. I really appreciate you coming on. We also have 40 concurrent viewers, which actually already we've only been streaming for about 15 minutes, and we've already broken the max that we had from last stream. So thank you all for tuning in tonight. Hopefully we can get some more people in as the stream goes on. Be sure to like the video or the stream. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Also, just post a pinned chat in there. With this, that is the link to the Storms United Discord server. Be sure to join that. Be sure to take a quick look at that and kind of see the behind-the-scenes work that we are doing as well. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get right into the main meat of what we're here for tonight. So, it's no secret, hurricane season has started. It is June 1st. From now until November 30th is the Atlantic hurricane season. And we're going to be on, here, at least here on the Pat's Path Predictor channel, covering it beginning, middle, and end through the good, the bad, and the ugly. And ultimately, we're going to be talking about some stuff tonight. Yoshi, I know, has been working on some stuff behind the scenes. Oh, I guess Brendan was here briefly. Yeah, hopefully Brendan can come back here to join the audience. I'd really appreciate to have his insight as well. But yeah, we got some stuff happening for hurricane season. I'll go ahead and turn it over to Yoshi, you, and Tony, and you guys can go ahead and start with your takes on what we're looking at this hurricane season and kind of what we need to look out for at both early, middle, and late in the season. Or we can start wherever. You guys go ahead.
Thank you, Pat. So first off, we will get started with our maps here. Actually, Tony, do you have anything to say before I begin? I'm going to be a long while.
Actually, no. I'm just going to listen for right now, and then I'll give him my 2 cents. I'm still going over the new data that came in.
Perfect.
For this potential.
What data are you looking at, actually? I'm wondering.
The actual ensembles off of COD.
Awesome.
Ooh, awesome. I didn't know those went out. Your ensembles, I assume? It's around that time when they release.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. You can tell us what you find once we get to our system here, which I will talk about nearing the end.
All right. Let's go ahead and get started.
So Pat, let's go to stream resources to the first one for today. New stuff, do not cross this. Don't go up. That's outdated stuff.
Yeah, we got it. This is
Yep. I had stuff yesterday, assuming that the stream would be yesterday, but turns out I read it completely wrong, and I didn't notice until I got all of it out.
Yep. All right. Here we go. This is our. This is here we go. What are we looking
This
at?
is
And how is this?
this is the Euro ensemble for precipitable water. Now, for those who don't know what precipitable water is, that is pretty much how much like moisture is there and how much of it can actually rain. How much can precipitate, like meaning rain, snow, hail, whatnot. So the more amount of precipitable water you have is the harder, pretty much the harder rain you'll get once you get storms in there.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a lot of that going on, especially around Central America. But you see something around 72 hours in. It's hard to see, but you'll see it.
Yep.
Look off the coast of Africa here. You see a huge PWET
Yep. I just
going
saw it.
up and then disappear. You see a whole bunch of these blues and whites and browns come in. That is actually extremely dry air. And to look at more of this, we got to go to the CAM's dust here from NASA. Really enough, it's
Yeah, you have
East
it.
End of the world.
Yep. Do you want me to pull it up?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Okay, so this is NASA's CAM's dust model, which pretty much looks like the dust throughout the air, and especially Saharan air layer stuff.
Mhm.
And it basically models how strong will it be, how far will it go, and where will it go. And as you see, it goes to places like the Lesser Antilles, Puerto Rico, Cuba, Florida, and Mexico. This will bring down air quality a ton, but I would say just as importantly, this will inhibit tropical cyclone development in those areas. And I say that is important, especially for this time of year, because the Gulf of Mexico and Caribbean are where we would usually see a lot of those tropical cyclone formations in late May and June and even July, because the MDR is either too weak, too much wind shear, or that it has too much dust. Now, in this case, it's both. It has a lot of wind. The MDR has a lot of wind shear, and it has a lot of dust going for it right now. However, all this dust reaching into the Caribbean and Gulf of Mexico, I wouldn't say would shut both of them down, but that means that any storm that'll try to form something will more than likely get punched by dry air and fizzle out fairly quickly, unless if it does some magical abilities. So that is what we're looking at right now with the Saharan air layer.
Yep.
We're going to see that over the next 5 to 7 days here. We do see at the end of the run another Saharan air layer burst will come out, but it does look weaker than the last couple we had.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good for the people that cannot breathe as much. But I will tell you, if you have elderly people whose lungs have deteriorated thanks to a disease or just generally old age, if you have an autoimmune disease, if you are sick, if you just have bad lungs in general, I would take precautions for lower quality air, because that is going to be prevalent across much of the Caribbean, Florida, and possibly even throughout the deep south, places like Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Texas. Those places are possibly going to see lower quality air. Yep. So if you have precautions for lower quality air, use them for the next, I would say, week or so, and follow this closely. Follow the National Weather Service. Follow the local authorities. If they issue an air quality alert,
yes,
take that seriously, because it takes quite a lot of this stuff for them to make a low air quality alert.
Yeah.
So take that incredibly seriously.
Absolutely. And yeah, sorry to cut you off, Yoshi. I just want to also add on something as well. The reason we're talking about this is Sahara air the Sahara air layer is very important for the tropical season because of the probability of it inhibiting development. But also, Yoshi's bringing out maybe some of the other factors, like the factors it has on a lot of people with breathing problems and all of that stuff that that forecasters don't exactly consider too often. Everyone's so focused on the big hurricane and the big probabilities and the chances of development. But it's also important to stress that we're focusing on the other impacts that things like Sahara air and precipitable water do, and that's why we're highlighting this important information. It's not talked about as much, but it is extremely important, especially with air quality and all of that stuff. I want to make that clear and just kind of help you out with that, Yoshi, if that's okay.
Awesome. Yeah, I like that. If we could move to next map, which is integrated water vapor transport and direction.
Yep. Oh boy, here we go. Okay, this, I believe, for the North America right here. Is this it?
Yep. Yep.
Perfect.
North America in general, which includes parts of the North Atlantic and Northeast Pacific. So we have a lot going on right here. But the main thing for tropical stuff I want to tell everyone about would be in the Caribbean. Thanks to a few tropical waves that have moved through, we will be getting, until that dry air comes, a lot of moisture in the Caribbean. That means that if any system tries to form, that would definitely help it. This is water vapor transport, which means this is moving moisture. This is where moisture will go. It will go into Central America, possibly help out with formation in the Eastern Pacific, which we are seeing in the later part of these frames. And very important for Florida weather too, as we're seeing right here. This water vapor transport for a day or two actually moves right up into Florida. So that will help. That will help up the storms that will cause floods. But if you don't blink for the entire thing, you may see a little system try to form off Georgia here. We're going to be talking about that soon. You're going to need a really good eye for this, and you probably already need to know about the system. Exists some models. But yes, we will be talking about a possible system too, and it's not that far out. So that is, we're going to head down here to the surface analysis in the North Atlantic and Eastern Pacific.
I'm pulling that up right now. Surface analysis is important. Just to kind of before we get started, Yoshi, why in this instance is our surface analysis important? Just for our viewers tuning in.
Well, surface analysis is important for many things, such as initialization for all of our global computer models. But also, this is just to tell us what is here, and basically what is here. And in tandem with model initialization and other factors such as RTMA analysis and SSTs from buoys and from satellite, we can determine what has the environment to form, pretty much. And it also tells us the base state of the Atlantic. And as we see, we got one tropical wave over here on, trying to read this here, I believe this is 30 north. The middle of it is, it's not telling me, but I believe that is 15 north.
Yeah.
Just about. So we do have a tropical wave over there, which may help out in getting the Caribbean a bit moist, but we're not going to see it on satellite for very recently because of this Saharan air layer pretty much choking its moisture out. So that's important. We also see this occluded front here in Florida. The remnants of that are actually going to...
Yeah, I just zoomed in because I just zoomed in because I looked at the stream. It was a little hard for people to see, so I apologize.
Mm-hmm. It's fine. It actually looks great on the stream, in my opinion.
Perfect.
But we have this occluded front. That is going to help us out. The remnants of that will stall behind in Florida, and those will be the storms that are planned to flood part of Florida.
Yeah.
So, and then we're going to go off to the to the next one here, the Gulf of Mexico sea surface temperatures.
All right, I'm pulling those up. But while we're doing that, John, our head admin at Storms United, is in the call right now. He may or may not speak right now. He's doing some stuff. But John, we wanted to welcome you in on the stream. But Yoshi, we do have we have the sea surface temperatures right here. But John, welcome to the stream.
How's it going, guys?
Hello, John.
Going pretty good. Yeah, we're having a fun time. We've already broke our last our viewership peak viewership from last time, so we're off to a pretty good start, and we're having a pretty fun presentation here.
We're almost at.
Are we talking about a little bit of everything?
Yeah.
A little bit of everything. Yeah, we start with the dust. We're going with the water. We did the surface analysis. We have a lot of stuff to unveil tonight, but yeah. Yoshi, go. But Yoshi, if you are ready to go for it.
So these are the temperatures. Pretty much think of like air temperature, but with water. Basically, well, water temperature. Pretty self-explanatory. Sea surface temperatures. The temperatures on the surface of the sea. And as a baseline for everyone, just a little meteorology fact that a lot of people in here may not know. You want 26.5 degrees Celsius or more of sea surface temperatures to form a tropical system. Now, there can be exceptions, such as if there is very cold, high atmosphere air, but those are exceptions to the rule, which is 26.5 or above for tropical cyclone development. So, if you're wondering what that is on this map, that is going to be in the yellow zone above. It's going to be the warm colors here: yellow, orange, red, and purple/pink. And as you see, we are if you already looked at the legend and the map, you'll see that we're really, really warm. We're seeing a lot of 28, 29, even 30 degrees Celsius temperatures, especially off the coast of Cuba here. I believe we're, tell me if I'm wrong, but I think I'm seeing 31s and maybe a tiny bit of 32.
Yeah, I'm seeing it too. I'm especially seeing I'm definitely seeing the 30 right now around Cuba. I'm seeing some 31 around in this area where my cursor is. Little hard to see the 32 or not, but yeah, I think that's 31 actually.
That might be it. Yeah, okay, that's a 30.
Yeah.
So, you might be asking, okay, Yoshi, okay, Pat, but what does this actually mean for me, right? How does this actually affect, like, the stuff we're looking at? And why are we even covering this? It gets high every year. Well, if we move on to the second one here, which is going to be sea surface temperature anomaly. Goodness.
The SST
like
anomalies. Yeah, I got you. Sorry, I was just sorry, I was dealing with some stream stuff behind the scenes.
Trend. There we go. SST anomaly trends. It's going to be like the line.
Yep, I got it. Yeah, this is just a trend line of our sea surface temperatures right here. Basically, how much warmer is it above average as it continues?
Now, as you guys see, we had a period of extreme warming. From May 13th, we were at just about 0.2 to 0.3 degrees Celsius above normal. Now, you might think that's not a lot. This is the, I'm not going to say, I can say normal. Yeah. What's the word for it? Average. There we go. This is the average. Some places are cooler, but some places also way warmer. Now, you see, we go up here. We are going up a lot towards May 20th. And at the peak of this, we were at above 1.2 degrees Celsius. I believe we're at almost 1.3, I believe.
Yep.
Just about. Which some of you might be thinking, okay, that's a good bit. That still doesn't sound like extraordinary, right? And I get that.
Sure.
Like, if the average person saw 1.2, 1.3 degrees Celsius above, it would be like, that's kind of bad, but it's like whatever.
That's a
But again, this is an
That's a 2
average.
degree Fahrenheit difference. It doesn't seem like a lot, but I think what you guys have to consider as well, and I'm sorry to cut you off, Yoshi, is
Yeah,
that
fine.
basically this is not in one isolated area. This is across an entire body of water. That's why we're so worried about it. Like, this is
Like
synoptic scale right here.
jumping this much in 7 to 10 days, it is genuinely hard to do that for the weather to do that.
Oh yeah.
And it certainly is. And the reason we've had that was because of a ridge. Floridians, and I'm Floridian to Floridian, all right? We both remember when we saw 92, 93, 95 degree Fahrenheit weather. It was sweltering, right? And everyone here probably thought this isn't normal, right? It gets hot by May, but it never gets this hot. We're usually at about 87, 88, maybe a 90 if we're unlucky enough, right?
Yeah.
In places like Orlando, we reach 94 to 95, and no, scrap that, 96, 97, I believe. Brooksville, my closest city, we were dealing with 93 and 94 when we should have been dealing with 87. And that is because of something called a ridge. Now, we can't really go into the meteorology of what a ridge exactly is, but pretty much we can talk about the effects. The effects are, one, that air is going to be forced downwards, pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah. Subsidence.
And two, thanks to that, the air isn't going to rise as much, and therefore it is going to be hotter. Ridges usually bring much warmer weather. Usually it depends on how strong the ridge is. And we had in Florida and in the entirety of Gulf of Mexico a very strong ridge. It was actually sort of a heat dome in a way.
Yeah.
And so that ridge was there. It was a very powerful ridge. It was there for a solid 8 to 10 days. With a ridge as powerful as that, and as long as that, no wonder we shot up to these temperatures. Now, luckily, a cold front did come through just in time so that the ridge is broken up. However, and it did bring down the Atlantic a bit. Gulf of Mexico sea surface temperatures a tiny bit, down to about 1 degree Celsius instead of 1.2 to 3 degrees Celsius above average. However, if we can go to the third map, which is the OHC anomalies, then we can see why the Gulf of Mexico, well, the Gulf now, or else we're going to get political with this.
What's that's oh man. Sorry to cut you off. Is it okay if I make a very quick point about OHC real quick?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're the man here.
Yeah. Well, ocean heat content, for those of you who do not know, is basically, in layman's terms, how hot the water is and how deep down that water goes. There's a very specific measurement. It requires calculus. We're not going to get into that. I had to deal with that for 4 years. We're not going to get into that. But the reason we bring it up is OHC is, in layman's terms, also pretty much how much fuel is in the tank, in the water, for tropical cyclones to organize and intensify. That's pretty much what we're doing with this. Yoshi, go ahead and do your analysis. I just wanted to make a very important point to discuss, just kind of describe what OHC is.
I want to make something that is more useful to the people that need it.
Mm-hmm.
For everyone here, especially those in the South, think of it as a gas or a propane tank. All right?
Yeah.
So, let's say you decide you are low on propane. You have some high quality propane or some high quality gas, but you don't have a lot of it. So, whenever you use your stove, whenever you use for whatever you guys use propane for, I don't know. You have your thing works, your stove or your whatever it is works incredibly good, but not for long. However, if you have more of that high quality propane, more of it in that tank, pretty much you can use it for longer, even if you use it continuously. It's not the perfect example, but it's kind of how the ocean works.
Yeah.
In a way that if it is continuously used, it will run out of fuel, especially if it doesn't have a lot of it. The more fuel, which means in the ocean, pretty much the more warm waters are down in the ocean, the more a tropical cyclone can form and stall without killing itself out through upwelling
Yep.
all the colder waters. Kind of try to think of it as like a gas or propane tank. It's not the best example ever, but it will do for
It'll
now.
work.
I'm going to try to think of a better example
Sure.
later. But okay. But again, what does this mean for me, Yoshi? Right? You've been yapping a whole bunch, but what does this mean for me? Well, basically, that means that all the water that will be upwelled a bit will be warm. So that means the Gulf will be recovered quite quickly, especially if it gets a bit more upwelled. And it's not just this. I wouldn't be too worried about the Gulf if it was just that.
Yeah.
However, if we look at the next map, which Pat has probably already saw, it is going to be the 500 HPA.
Oh, this is the ridge pattern that we were talking about. Yep. Ooh.
Yep. We're seeing that again.
That's a problem.
So for the not nerds out there, pretty much we look at this map to see if we have a ridge or a trough. We won't talk about troughs much today. Just think of them as the exact opposite of ridges, if you know them. Which
ridge is this,
well, I discussed
trough
about
is
what they
this. I was just making hand signals in my stream.
Exactly. So all of this yellow and orange and almost red is the ridge. Now, what do you guys see over here? You see that the Gulf of Mexico is getting, especially over the next few days, is getting more and more of those yellows and oranges. That's pushing air down, and that is going to make the air hotter, which means that the ocean, in return, is also going to get hotter. I'm worried about this because we're already at 1 degree Celsius above. And any more of a ridge pattern like we saw, then we might beat 2024. And the nerds out there, the nerds in this chat will know how 2024 was.
Oof.
It was extremely warm. If we beat that, then that's really going to get worrying.
Yeah, let me go ahead and pull up the climate reanalyzer real quickly, Yoshi,
Absolutely.
while you're doing that. Here's where we're at right now. We're actually looking at it right now. I'm taking a quick look. We're actually close to 2019 levels right now, in terms of the Gulf's sea surface temperatures. It's just below 2024's by about, I think it's about June 1st. What is that? By about 0.26 degrees Celsius in terms of its anomaly. So it's not trucking too far behind that, but seeing that ridge pattern, you could see what happened before. Like when last time we streamed, we were witnessing the end of this streak right here, where it was just absolutely skyrocketing. We could have another situation where it skyrockets again and overtakes this in 2024 level. The 2024 Gulf waters were absolutely crazy to watch. Same with 2023. I remember 2023 in particular, because we had days in the Florida Keys, and Yoshi, you can correct me if I'm wrong with this, where we were cracking 100 degrees just off the Everglades. Do you remember that, or am I misspeaking?
Sounds about right.
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff we don't want to see. Not just for tropical cyclone sake, but also for environmental issues. So like coral reefs bleaching, like species getting killed and all of that stuff. We don't want to see that. There's other impacts to this as well. But I wanted to bring this up to your guys' attention because this is something we are very much paying attention to. And this is also adds another layer to why we're so worried about this ridge that's coming up. Yoshi, if you have anything more to say or you want to continue, go for it.
We can continue.
All right.
Oh, we're already at our new possible system. Awesome.
All right.
I didn't know we would get over that this quick. Quick as in a solid 50 minutes.
All right.
But now we can talk about our new possible system.
Yeah, we've been tracking it for a while.
For those who are tracking weather in general for a bit, especially looking at those long-range GFS runs, you might think, crap, it's one of those people again pulling up 300-hour GFS models. Oh, look at those moisture values. Look at that wind. No, we're not that. This isn't 300-hour. This isn't GFS.
This is Euro
all right?
AI.
Calm you guys down. This is one of the best performing models that we've seen so far, the Euro AI. And as you see, if you look off of South Carolina and North Carolina, Carolinas, we see a little system, about 1,013 millibars at the end here.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks kind of like a tropical or subtropical system because it is on here. And so we have more models covering this, actually, and we've been seeing a trend towards this kind of system for a while. If we can go to the Euro AI trend GIF here.
Yep, I got it right. Is this? Yep, here's the trend run. Oh yeah, that's been trending quite a bit. Let's go ahead and show you guys. Here you go.
Mm-hmm. The main reason we weren't seeing this a couple days ago was because it would have been inland. You know, Georgia and the Carolinas, it would have been traveling through that. But the high pressure has moved off a bit on the models and has allowed the system to go a bit into the water, which has very hot waters recently.
Yep.
So that means that this system could actually get going. The strength of the system, where we'll be going, we don't know about that yet. We can kind of guess, but I'm not going to say any guesses, and I'm not going to let anyone in this stream say any guesses because it would be incredibly irresponsible to say something.
Yeah, I just want to point out though, I did look at the SSTs for that region in the Carolinas, just for my own sake as well as the sake of the stream. We're looking at roughly 27 degrees Celsius waters in the Gulf Stream, where this system is just east of the system where it's anticipated to develop according to the Euro AI run. So the water temperatures definitely are there. The question is, what's every other parameter going to be like?
Well, it looks like wind shear won't be too bad based on off of all of this. Looking at 200 millibar heights. The main thing though is going to be actually steering. Yep. Will this thing be steered right back onto land way too early, like the GFS is saying, or will it go more out to sea, like the Euro AI is saying, or potentially would it stay in the water for a bit and make a landfall on the Carolinas instead of Georgia, which is what the main Euro is saying.
Yeah.
The GFS and the CMC are the two biggest models that do not support it right now. That is because of how the high pressure is positioned and the GFS acts.
Yep. I have the Euro pulled up right now for stream just to show you, and I'm about to pull up the GFS. I don't think we have the GFS. We do have the icon though.
We do have icon.
All right, I'll pull this up.
All of the European models are forming this up because all the European models are closer to each other.
Yep.
Euro AI, main Euro, probabilistic, and icon, which is similar-ish to the Euro because of how it works. It was built within the EU, more Germany than anything, however.
Sure.
But Either way, it has some pretty decent support, except for GFS and CMC. The thing is that I wouldn't trust GFS that much because, well, look at it over the last few days and tell me you would trust that model.
Oh God. Oh man.
Come on.
Yeah.
Really?
Well,
And with CMC, I'm not as sure about it, honestly. It's the Canadian model, so it could steer more towards GFS. And correct me if I'm wrong, Pat, but for what I have heard, Icon can sniff out early Genesises fairly well compared to other models.
yeah, they
especially
definitely
in close
can.
range.
They definitely can sniff out, or at least the early stuff initially for sure.
So
It's had
yeah,
a good track record of it.
and this is coming from the rain in Florida, the stuff that has the flood risk.
Mm-hmm.
So once we go over that, we can start looking at how our Florida thunderstorm system will go over tomorrow, and we can actually look at it real time and see what is happening and whatnot, and see how that's going to trend towards on the models. Is it going to be more of a GFS solution where it tries to go out to sea but fails, or will it be more like an Icon solution where it does go out to sea and goes more towards the banks of North Carolina? That's the main question.
Yes.
Either way, regardless of formation, this thing is going to be somewhat dangerous, mainly because it is a slow-moving, tight pack of thunderstorms, which you don't want slow-moving thunderstorm complexes. Those cause a ton of flooding and a ton of wind if the environment allows.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that's like my segment all done.
For sure.
So
Yep.
If anyone else wants to put in their 2 cents, there you go.
All right, Tony. All right, Tony. It's your turn to have the floor. Go for it.
So, looking at this system off of the Atlantic coast,
Yep.
go back to that,
Yep.
Matt.
There you go, Tony.
The two things that stand out to me is one, will it form? And some of the latest ensembles are showing a interesting little feature there.
Mm-hmm.
However, I think it's going to get caught up with the front or a trough that I really can't make out that the computers are showing.
Sure.
And I think it's going to zip up out of there before it has a chance to fully develop.
All right.
Now, does that mean it could be a depression? Yeah, I think it can be, but I still believe the water temperatures might be a little too cool in that area for any significant development.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with that.
I mean, 29 degrees Celsius is what, 75, I think?
29 degrees
That's
Celsius is
borderline.
84. What we were looking at was 27,
84?
but in the Gulf Stream, that's 80.6.
Okay, see, and further north, it's a little bit cooler.
Yeah, it's about
Because it takes
25 just off the coast, which is 77 degrees.
Yeah, and I don't see this really becoming a name system. I think it's going to be a depression. If I were to guess right now, I'd say maybe a 10 millibar, maybe a 10.8 millibar system
Sure.
max.
That's fair.
I actually pointed this out to you, Pat, earlier.
Oh, yeah, I think you did.
Yesterday. This is the one that I said this was very interesting.
Yep.
So I guess the AI Euro is actually picking up on it.
All right.
Have we talked about the golf one yet?
No, we haven't. I know. Oh, hold on 1 second. 1 sec. I transferred to my phone. Okay, you guys are live again. Yoshi, go ahead and start. I'm sorry, I transferred to my phone.
No, we cannot cover the Gulf system. That's like 200 and something. I don't even know hours out.
I mean,
Only GF is covering it, and it's like clown system at this point. So like,
I mean, it is the start of hurricane season. Do you just want to would you be okay with showing at least something just to explain how ridiculous it is? Because even
Look, man.
I've thrown it out.
Look, man, I have been battling people on Twitter about this type of thing for the last few days now. We are not showing that.
All right, I'll stop. I won't. We won't show it. Man, the hurricane scenarios, dog. Oh man, I remember. Okay, someone someone in I was in a chat. Someone was talking about all the stuff that's going on. That their parents are falling for the fake GFS runs. This the second time this
Oh,
week she's
yeah.
asked me if there's a hurricane coming to the house. Ramen lover, shout it to you. I'm sorry, I had to. I had to. No, we're not even gonna entertain that anymore.
Nah, man. I am not going to look like a hypocrite with this one. People are going to laugh at me.
I know. We're not even going to entertain that. It's interesting, but for all the wrong reasons. And the GFS has some problems it needs to overcome. I think it needs to go back to therapy.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to stop.
If
Okay.
we don't have anything else, we can go to the next thing, which I'm pretty sure Pat knows. And that's actually from a question we have here. That's going to give us like a really good segue.
Sure.
Pat, do you use Weatherbell Analytics to use the teleconnections like the PNA?
Yeah.
And I can actually show off something that he can use that isn't paid.
Yep.
That has teleconnections. Pat, if you wanna show it off, you can.
Is this the website?
The site, yeah.
All right.
If you want to show it off, you can.
I'm already on it. I'm already on it.
Awesome.
This is one of the big tools that we're going to be having going for this season. Yoshi, go ahead. We're going to take a tour.
Awesome. This is the new site that will be coming out within the next. I personally don't want to put a precise date on it, honestly,
Sure.
But I'm gonna have to say from like the next 15 days if I get some help out with radars.
Yeah.
Putting radars in. Like my main thing is going to be the radars page. But So first off, this is quite the blank page here, but it has a lot of useful resources and whatnot.
Yep.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 buttons here that lead to various different aspects of what you want to see.
Yep.
And we also have 2 news pages here.
Yep.
NOAA's in danger. Here's our news. And weather forecasting is evolving. Here's our news. So this is actually kind of like 3 things into one. This is for separate sites, links, embeds, whatnot to look at real weather. This is a news site to see what's going on with NOAA and weather forecasting space in general.
Yep.
And also an education site, which we'll talk about the education part last.
Sure.
Because it is going to get quite technical. But
yeah.
First off, I want to focus on the news one first because that is actually very important. That's
Sure.
something we need to talk about while people are here.
All right.
If we can go to the Learn More Here button in NOAA's in danger.
Yep, I got
really
that.
nice. Awesome.
Here you go.
Oh, the scream's not on. Hold on.
Oh, is
Oh,
it?
there we go. Okay. It's on the
There we
screen
go.
now.
Yeah, just this is some stuff that we're covering for NOAA and the NWS and all of that stuff. Here you go.
Basically, this is the latest news as to NOAA cuts and whatnot. If Pat would look at it, I would love him to, honestly. And pretty much the latest news concerning NOAA cuts and whatnot. So people are prepared, people know what's happening, and people can vote accordingly. I can't tell you who to vote, whatnot.
Yeah, let's not make a
to vote
political.
because
Let's not lean too much into politics.
this
tonight,
isn't going to be
but-
political.
All right.
We can't be political with this, so this is just the info. You can create whatever you want out of it with your own political narratives,
Sure.
but we're not going to do that here.
Yep.
So we got the latest headlines pretty much and news and whatnot,
Yeah.
such as the new budget proposal for OAR, NOAA's research arm, which includes the NSSL will eliminate the office, giving it no budget. This will be updated whenever the latest news about NOAA cuts comes out.
Yep.
All right, if we can go back, there should be a way to go back. I thought there was a way to go back.
Go back where?
To the homepage.
Oh, well, this is not quite it. Oh, yeah, it's on the left side. Sorry, my screen's so big that
Yeah.
there you go.
Good. All right. So, and then we got something that isn't its own site for now, but weather forecasting is evolving. Here's our news.
Yep.
Is pretty much the latest advancements or sometimes devancements in weather forecasting, such as my favorite one would be the Ghana Meteorological Agency is planning to put up lightning detection stations and weather observation stations.
Mm-hmm.
This is to improve warning time and energy preparedness for our Ghana.
Yep.
All right, that's our new stuff.
Yep.
But let's go to our basic sites and links to get started. That's going to be our first button here, actually.
Yep. NWS, SPC, NHC, WPC, and Tropical Tidbits.
Mm-hmm. These are the basic sites you want if you want to become a beginner in meteorology. If you want to become a beginner in meteorology, there's something you got to know. You got to follow other people at first. You have to copy them for them. So,
oh boy.
You get National Weather Service, National Hurricane Center, Tropical Tidbits, whatnot. The basic official sites, well, except for Tropical Tidbits, but everything else is an official site by the National Weather Service or sub-agencies.
Hey, I wonder what this button does.
Let's see.
Takes you to the NWS site.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to put that as an embed in the future.
Yeah.
But wait.
Yeah. All right. SPC.
So,
oh, hey.
awesome.
I'm at the SPC.
Storm Prediction Center.
Yeah.
Let's go.
NHC, National Hurricane Center. Hey, look, we're back at the NHC. And guess what? Tropical cyclone activity is not expected during the next 7 days.
Remember that, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, take it as you will, unless you're the GFS. But WPC, Weather Prediction Center. Oh, hey, look. Guess where it led me to? The Weather Prediction Center.
Weather Prediction Center.
Yeah. And then Tropical Tidbits.
We're not doing this every site.
We're back in Tropical Tidbits.
Let's
the
go.
site where we always start all our videos. All right.
So yeah, if you want to look at, so yeah, these are the sites to get started and whatnot. Going back to the main page here, hopefully.
Yep, we're back.
Pat does a negative PNA warn the Gulf of America. What do you mean by that? Warn the Gulf of America. Oh,
PNA. Yeah, it's. Oh yeah, the PNA.
I don't think PNA has any correlation to Gulf warmth.
Sure.
For what I know.
Yeah.
All right. So next up, we're actually gonna go to probably the pride of my site here, hurricane specific.
Yep.
Pat talked about it in his video here. He talked about it. That's why we're talking about it tonight, actually.
Yeah.
So pretty much it has hurricane specific stuff like NHC stuff. We got vorticity. We got surface analysis, whatnot.
Yep.
We also got SST maps for the North Atlantic, Eastern Pacific, and Western Pacific here.
Yes, we do.
So if you want to look at those yourself, you can.
Yes,
you can. This is all of this is pretty much giving you the stuff that we use here.
Yep.
And it'll also give you the education on how to use these. When should I use these? Is it important?
Yep.
You know. So this part is the pride of my site, honestly. Most impressive part yet. I like it personally. Next up, if we can go to radar, which is radar is very much unfinished. I'm up to about China right now in the alphabetical list of countries. But we have a good amount of countries. So for international weather, I'm gonna make sure to include the United States once it is done. That's gonna be my sole focus on this radar page until release, which is going to be the United States.
Yeah. One thing I do want to point out though, Yoshi, is the Barbados. Is you have Barbados on there. We can actually click on that, and it takes us to the Barbados radar. You remember last year during Beryl how it was kind of hard for me to go find this radar because of the approach, since Beryl was approaching
Mhm.
as a major hurricane and all of that. Well, this just made it a lot easier for me. So thank you.
Mhm. Awesome.
Yeah. All right.
They have a Caribbean-wide radar site, but I need to implement that Caribbean and oh my goodness, Caribbean and United States.
Yep.
And I'm gonna tell you, United States is gonna be hard planning 122 radar sites in this
Ooh.
place.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Canada was hard enough, and they have like 50 sites.
Yeah.
Like I spent a goodness, I think 30 minutes to an hour on Canada.
Yeah.
That's gonna be at least twice that for the United States. China is even worse, so I'm pretty sure they have like 100 to 150 radar stations just
Yeah.
because of how big they are.
Holy crap.
Goodness.
Yeah. All right. What else do we got?
If we go
You
back
got
to
me.
right?
Bro, is that
Brendan's here.
Bro, the homie Brendan is here.
I made time just for you, Pat.
All right,
how you gentlemen
appreciate it,
doing?
man.
No.
Welcome to the stuff. We're currently streaming.
Welcome to the stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Plenty
currently
of stuff.
streaming. We're actually on Yoshi's website he's been developing right here. We're actually at his OBS site right now. Yoshi, if you want to go ahead and kind of talk a little bit about it, go for it.
This is also a part where it's heavily just not developed because of just the pure amount of crap I have to put in here.
Yep.
Take example, if we click on Costa Rica over here. Oh, you're already in Con US.
Yeah, I was there for
But
a
if we
second.
go over to Costa Rica, you'll see that we only have 3 sites. That is because Costa Rica has a solid 20-25 observation sites around the country, which
Yeah.
is like huge for their size. That's a lot for how small they are.
Yep.
But that's gonna give us an absolute ton of information. Let's say a tropical system decides to go towards Costa Rica. That's
Mhm.
going to give us an absolute ton of information on what the wind may be, what the pressure is, whatnot.
Yep.
So that's going to help us a lot. And I'm planning to, and I already have the United States through RTMA analysis, so I can say this is complete enough to do things with once I finish Costa Rica.
Yep.
If we go back on to the main site here, oh, you're right.
I was just looking at U.S. stuff.
Nothing.
Uh,
Yep.
What do we got next?
Next up, we got satellites.
Ooh.
This is satellite. Now you have 2 choices here. You can go for links, which will bring you to another page with the satellite on it,
Mm-hmm.
or you can go for the embedded satellite within the website. If you go to region-specific satellite, United States or North Atlantic Ocean, you can see that I have embedded
Yep.
the actual satellite into there from Tropical Tidbits.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Now it is small, but if you want a general look, it's there, right? So this is going to be very useful for people that want to see, oh, what's the latest satellite on this?
Pretty
Or
much
what's the latest
everything we
satellite?
use here on Pat's Path Predictor, all in one spot.
There was one more. I forgot what it was.
Yeah, we got it.
That's going to be
It's
advanced.
advanced options or modeling.
Oh, we have 2 more. Awesome. Modeling. We can go modeling. I like the layout. This is the pride of my layout here. Can tell you.
Oh yeah.
But I like how this is laid out personally. But so this is all the links to a lot of the most important models that we have on Tropical Tidbits at Pivotal Weather. And this is where we get into more of the educational side here. We got things saying if you want to get started, use Tropical Tidbits. If you know Pivotal Weather needs a bit more advanced knowledge to fully use, but it's going to be worth it. And then we got this. This is the advanced page for modeling, pretty much. And this explains basically what models for what, the model timings, which I do need to update the model timings because there's way more models. But this is like the general basis of it pretty much. And there's a lot of stuff for the beginner and for the advanced person.
I just got a comment. I just love how you put in here. Sometimes they are right, sometimes they are wrong, on here. I had to, but hey, they have grown more accurate lately. We do have to point
They
that
have.
out.
Well, with exception of GFS.
Yeah. Oh God. I don't think you want to get Tony riled up with that.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
no.
Okay. All right. All right.
So yeah, we also got some more nerdy stuff for advanced users, such as how far it goes out, what
Yep.
core it uses, what the resolution of the model is. For
Yeah.
those who know what those are, those will be very, very useful. And then we got last one would be advanced. The advanced section has the least amount of stuff that I would consider the page to be still finished.
Sure.
We got two links here, which is the GEFS, SPC outlooks, and teleconnections. Now to that man who said, let me get it here. Pat, do you use Weatherbell Analytics to see the teleconnections like the PNA? I don't think he does. I'm
I
not
don't.
Pat, but I haven't seen him use Weatherbell. This though is, to be fair, a not as good equivalent, but it's free and it's by NOAA. So that's cool, right?
Yeah.
So it is both a link site and it is also educational.
Yeah.
You see, we got explanations for all teleconnections listed below at the bottom of the page. And then we got links for the most needed oscillations and teleconnections. The Arctic Oscillation, North Atlantic Oscillation,
I have
the
the PNA
PNA,
pulled.
Pacific North.
Yep. The viewer was asking about PNA. We have it pulled up for you right
Mhm.
now.
Bam, there you go. There's PNA. It's about to drop.
Yep. It is
According
about to
to the
drop a little
PDF.
bit.
And we got Antarctic Oscillation, and we also got the Indian Ocean Dipole, which, unlike the rest, is more of a SST configuration oscillation than a pressure oscillation like the rest of them are.
Yep.
Bam. Pretty awesome, right?
Yeah.
And if we look in the site itself, you can also see that there's some information on what each one does, so that the people visiting the site actually know what to do with these. It also contains the effects, such as cold United States for some,
Yeah.
or warmer MDR for others.
Yep.
So this is also kind of an education page.
Yeah, it is. It really is. Yeah. PNA
So,
positive to the viewer who was asking. Higher pressures over the western U.S. and eastern Pacific cause warmer SSTs within the EPAC in the summer and the winter, colder U.S. and warmer western U.S. PNA negative. Low pressure across the western U.S. with an Alaska high and European range cause the opposite temperature and rainfall anomalies for the positive PNA. Would that would that also? I'm trying to think. Would that also mean warmer SSTs for the Atlantic as well? In this regard, I'm looking at this. Actually, Eastern U.S. ridge, that would actually be favorable for that a little bit.
Technically, yeah.
if the
Technically.
Eastern U.S. ridge in it is
Yeah.
positioned properly, then theoretically, on paper,
Yeah.
then yeah, that would warm up the Gulf of Mexico and the Eastern United States seaboard.
Yeah. That's why this is relevant. And thank you, Edon, for the question. We appreciate that.
Great question.
But yeah,
Awesome.
man, what a
And
what's up?
And I think also no, I was just going to add. I think to Edon's question too. One other thing I'm going to add, sort of as a side point, is, and this is something that I've made the argument to Pat before off stream, but as we go forward in time, especially with a changing climate, right? Let's just
Yes.
call it what it is.
Yep.
If we are to warm the planet by an average of 1 degree Celsius per, I don't know what the time interval is, 5 to 10 years, what have you. Ultimately, you are also creating a more volatile jet pattern.
Yeah.
I mean, for example, as we've seen, right, we're going to see a pretty big seismic shift between a highly amplified, unusually amplified ridge that extended all the way up into Ontario and Manitoba to becoming a little bit more zonal across the continental United States, which subsequent to that would allow for any tropical system that was to develop in the Caribbean to basically just go right into the Gulf. And
Yeah.
again, that's purely hypothetical. But the point is that when we talk about temperature relative to not just sea surface temperatures, but to on land, you got to think we're anecdotally, I would argue we're seeing a lot more volatility there. And when you have a lot more volatility, your predictive capabilities can be a little bit haywire, right?
Yeah.
Now, I know we talked about it earlier on in the stream. I'm sure we've already said the forbidden word that starts with the letter G. But I will tell you that with the forbidden model that shall not be named, it is one that, when you think about it, it gets a lot of crap. But at the same time, any model is subject to said volatility. It's
Yeah.
just that the model that shall not be named tends to do it a little bit more than the others. And by the way, Pat, as a last point, I don't know if you saw this, and I'm going to post this here, I think, in the stream chat. Maybe you can share it on stream. It's not copywritten whatsoever.
I have no mic,
But
yeah.
it's a map that shows the GFS's 2024 performance. Oh, I just said the word, damn it.
You just used it.
Get him out.
I said
Get him out.
okay. Well, anyway, the cat's out of the bag. We all know what it is.
I know.
GFS. The GFS, it showed its performance in 2024, and it did incredibly poor in creating systems that came to fruition that were set to perform or ferment in the Caribbean. It did really bad. And so, considering we don't have as good obs in tropical forecasting as we would over land, as we already know,
Yep.
I'm not really riding high on this. But I will share this in chat. And Pat, maybe you could put it on stream because I find it to be really funny. But of course, people won't share that. Instead, they want to share a Category 5 wiping out humanity instead.
Send it to live no mic so I can quickly put it on there.
I want to say something around the forbidden model real quick.
Sure.
All right. So, with these, all right, I'll answer that once. We can answer that actually once I get to my thing, which will be really quick.
Sure.
I don't want to. I cannot stress this enough. I'm gonna tell everyone here listening right now. The forbidden model. All right.
Sorry to interrupt. It's in live no mic.
I appreciate it. Go ahead.
The forbidden model probably shouldn't be trusted as much this year because of how poor performance it has had over last year, but also because of budget cuts, which means that a lot of the model developers and maintainers won't be there. Those seats are vacant.
Yeah, and less obs too.
A lot of the people that do balloon launches, that help models, are vacant, which means that an absolute ton of weather balloons will not be launched.
Yeah.
And now you guys probably saw this on the NOAA News earlier.
Yeah, we did.
But nine National Weather Service stations, actually, just like Anchorage, just tonight, actually, is planning their first night that is closed.
Yep.
9 National Weather Service stations will have one or more shifts closed.
Yep.
And that means that we won't get the observations, more than likely, at least the advanced observations that are required by actual people there.
Yeah.
So, with that trio of just pure sadness across the National Weather Service, that forecasting capabilities by all models, but especially the GFS, is going to plunge down the toilet.
Yeah.
All right. And I need to stress this. Don't trust long-range modeling, especially from the GFS. And you know why I had to say this? I wasn't planning to say this 15 minutes ago.
Oh God.
Hell, But I saw people saying things that I didn't want people to say. It's not people doing things, but one of my friends told me in a group chat that me and Patarin and I believe Brendan, that their local meteorologist had to tell people on air to not fall for people to not fall for people that are posting these long-range GFS models, especially these doom cane, oh, look at that pressure range, 920 millibar, 145 knot crap.
I might be in trouble.
Yeah, I'm in danger.
Yeah.
Oh, no. But
No, and I think it also, I mean, what you're bringing up, you know, just think 10 years ago, I mean, gosh, Pat, I'm going to sound old here, but like 10 years ago, back in what, not even 2015, early 2010s, for my folks watching, by the way, who remember the early 2010s and the availability of weather models, I wasn't using Tropical Tidbits, although I think Tropical Tidbits technically was around then. I was using twisterdata.com. You want to talk about how vintage? Twisterdata.com for my weather models. And it's still up, by the way, but it is like one of the earlier freemium weather model sites.
hold on, let me
And
see that real quick. I've never heard of it.
This was prior to Pivotal. This was way before Pivotal Weather. This was way before even Weatherbell. It was a decent website, but the point I bring that up is because like back then, I mean, I don't recall people like just printing like just screenshotting model output and then posting it on social media. Like it wasn't until content creation for weather content really took off in the late 2010s that now all of a sudden people are doing it. And now there's just more accessibility to it, right? I mean, gosh, I think Radar Scope was around
Yeah,
like
that was
2013,
around.
2014, right after Dual Pol came out.
Yep.
But it's gotten to a point where I know folks that work in TV meteorology, and they're having to tell people what Yoshi just mentioned. Like, hey, you can't believe everything you see on social media. And of course, that just falls on deaf ears because, you know, what do you know, weather boy? You know what I mean? That's the nature of communication.
There's a big-ass hurricane right there. What are you talking about?
925
Exactly,
155 mile an hour destroyer.
I know, guys. We're just having a little bit of fun. There's really nothing going on in the tropics right now. We're just it's the start of hurricane season. We can have a little bit of fun. Anyway, please continue, guys.
Please.
No, I mean that's pretty much
Yeah. For the love of
the EPS
all
shows
weather-
it. Does the EPS show the system? Maybe. I didn't see the EPS this morning.
Let me
or
check
tonight.
Weather Nerds real quick.
It could be. Yeah, I'm
She's
saying so.
referring to the South Carolina system.
Yeah, EPS is showing it. Actually, some of it. Hey, Tony, you might want to take a look at this from Weather Nerds.
Very okay. Wow, that is a lot more than I saw in Pulsey.
Yeah, this is 12Z on the European. Just for context, let's show the 0Z. Wow.
0Z was basically nothing.
That's a lot more. That's a lot more shots right there.
Yeah, that is crazy. I'm probably after the stream. I'm probably gonna pull up
Same.
weather models EPS for this. You know what? I can actually pull that up right now if I'm fast enough.
Yeah. While you're doing that, a couple things. First question: where did I go for so long? Well, school. Finishing that up. That's what I was doing.
That's what happened.
Also, severe weather season, to be honest, doesn't do very well, and put a lot of effort into it, but didn't quite work out for me. Also, March 14th, and that's ultimately where I was. Love the haircut. Hey, I really appreciate that. I've been getting a lot of comments of people liking the haircut. I'm glad you guys like it and all of that stuff. I really appreciate it. It's really, honestly, like it more than the long hair, to be honest. I know that's a controversial statement these days, and I know everyone on the channel is used to me having long hair and all that stuff. That's kind of how I was first identified and all of that, mainly because of my pretty awesome profile picture. But ultimately, it was time for a change. I had long hair for 10 years, and well, what better way to change? Better way to change, and than getting a quick haircut like this. So yeah, I
New hurricane
appreciate the what.
New hurricane season, new me.
Yeah, new hurricane season, new me, pretty much. We've been improving the content every year. We've done hurricane season. I remember back in 2021 when I started this. Just bro, man, we gotta play my first video on stream tonight. We gotta do that.
No.
We
Oh,
gotta
no.
do that.
Oh, uh-oh.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll not do that right now. We'll find another.
Yeah.
We'll do it a little bit later. But do you guys have more to add?
No, I think we've already beat the proverbial dead horse in terms of the model that
I'm
shall
your
not be
host.
named. But
Model.
I will say though, that in all seriousness, the Caribbean, in terms of tropical development, does look to be more favorable for such. But any system that was to ferment is still really up in the air, right? The probability is very low.
It keeps getting
So-
pushed back and back and back and back.
Pushed back, and so I think, I would not be surprised to see convection really ramp up south of the Bay of Campeche, especially just to the north of Venezuela, especially, and the Yucatan Peninsula. But otherwise, whatever comes of that, I'm not very bullish on. We'll just have to wait and see and just continue to monitor it. But as far as any immediate impacts to the Gulf, it's just, it's really low right now. So really just, it's one of those things I like to say, and I like to tell folks, just keep an eye on it. Right? Keep
EPS is
checking back.
picking up on a 25 to 30% probability of development with this system. 120.
Is that
35%?
25 to 30.
Oh, 25? Okay, that makes sense.
Is
makes
that
sense.
gust or tropical storm?
That's I think that is probability of tropical depression.
Nah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
pretty
wouldn't
low.
I wouldn't trust that map all too much in my opinion.
All right.
Because especially with tropical depression likelihood maps, it can pick up a whole lot of almost but not tropical cyclone things. Pretty
Yeah.
much.
And from what I understand, that would be initiated by a decaying boundary by that point.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Carolinas. So-
We have, I think it's more like, and from what I'm getting here, correct me if I'm wrong, but like we have an occluded front, a stalled occluded front in South Florida. That's going to move south over the next couple days, but I believe cutoff low will be staying in Florida for a bit, which is the main reason of the flooding rains that we're probably going to see over South Florida.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
then that's going to move north up to the Gulf Stream and move towards the Carolinas thanks to a high pressure system.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you very much. Now we have some insight on that. Okay.
Good.
Wow. What a start to hurricane season, huh?
Very nerdy.
Yeah, happy June 1st.
Happy June 1st. Start of hurricane season. All right. Tony's been pretty quiet this stream. What is he? I'm sure he has a few things he'd like to say. Tony?
Unless if he's AFK.
Oh no.
No, I saw him unmute his mic. I know he's there.
I think he wants to talk about the forbidden model after Forbidden Hour.
Yeah,
He
I think
has
he's.
full permission to do it.
I
mean,
mean,
I've already
cat's
kind of
out
opened the
bag
door.
now, but
Yeah.
Okay. Look, I'm just gonna tell anyone who's watching, I do not support this. I'm just gonna let them do their thing.
you're not affiliated with this.
I'm
Okay.
not supporting this. I'm not affiliated with this. Look, if I had the power, I would stop all three of you, but I literally cannot do that.
The only person that could probably stop us is Daniel, and he's not here right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the babysitter. and
Yeah, he's the
not here,
babysitter
so.
of us, and he also hosts a pretty nice after show. So
Daniel, you better be watching this after the stream. And
I
you
don't
better,
think so.
I'm gonna
Oh,
be the tattletale on this free. I swear. I hope so.
Alex was
I mean-
behind the scenes. He's saying that we should go to the WPC page about the flood risk. We already did that. We did that early on in the stream. Yoshi covered that for us. But thanks for watching out for us.
Yeah, it's and just a quick comment on that because I'm late to the party, but
Sure.
yeah, pretty. I mean, this is an area that has been active now, and by the way, is expected to be active over the next few decades. When we talk about not just severe weather, but precipitation,
Yeah.
there is a really good. Some research has come out from my alma mater, NIU, which
Mhm.
talks about supercell frequency and damaging windstorm frequency. And what they found is that the highest area of frequency under, climate emission models, or what they call anthropologic climate change,
Yeah.
would be ideally putting more supercells and more severe weather activity as a whole across the lower Mississippi Valley and the Ohio River Valley. That would be including Tennessee, Arkansas, Kentucky, Southern Illinois, East Central Missouri. Pretty much the main culprits that we saw to kick off severe weather season. That's not going away. That's
Yeah.
likely going to be a trend here moving forward, and that also goes for flooding too. And so, a pretty significant development there, and it's one that we have to watch moving forward because, Pat, as we saw, and Yoshi, you too, places like Kentucky and especially Eastern Arkansas, and
Yeah.
Southeastern Missouri, these are pretty poor areas,
Yep.
and they're areas that are primarily in manufactured homes
Yep.
that are highly vulnerable to flood and severe weather. So,
I think the stuff we
unfortunately,
saw in January
it may not be
showed
getting
that.
any better for this part of the country anytime soon. So,
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much for that, Brendan. All right. Is there
no,
anything
thank
else?
you, Pat.
Yeah. Is there anything else we want to cover with this with what we want to do tonight, or do we want to do some fun stuff?
I think we should have some funsies.
All right. We can do one of
Oh,
two.
no.
We can do one of two things. We can watch my first video, or we can play a hurricane simulator.
First video, not what does the chat want? Chat, what do you want?
Yeah.
wanna
Do you guys
see
want to see my
Pat's
first video, or you want
hurricane
to do a
simulator?
hurricane
Yeah,
simulator real quick,
Pat,
just for
I'm
the
pretty
fun?
sure we can put up a vote in the pin section.
What? Oh yeah, we can put up a
I'm pretty
poll
sure
real quick.
we can put up a poll.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do a poll.
Start a
We can
poll.
do the chat first.
First video or hurricane simulator.
I had a link to a hurricane simulator from, I believe, like the University of Rhode Island, but I forgot where it is now.
What do you guys
Both.
want? The poll's open.
Both.
The poll's open. Do you guys want to see my first video or a hurricane simulator?
I'm gonna put my own stuff into this. Oh,
Bro.
oh,
Okay. We'll
okay.
cleose it in about
Oh,
like
damn,
60 seconds. Give everybody a minute to do it.
89. Oh, hold on.
Overwhelmingly,
83%.
everyone wants a hurricane
Wow.
simulator.
83%
Wow.
85% on hurricane simulator.
Nobody wants to see the first. Well, I shouldn't say nobody, but 15%.
I want to see it, but hey,
The
wow,
public doesn't wanna.
holy crap.
We should wait like
Okay.
5 minutes. We are seeing hurricane simulator go down to 75 here.
Bro, we have 16 votes and 33 concurrent viewers. I think, unless
Man, people. Yeah, I
Wait,
think Hurricane
the other
Simulator
half
wins.
needs to vote, please. But anyway,
Come on, guys.
yeah. Anyway, we need higher turnout. But anyway, yeah. Once we get the voting done, we'll have a little bit of fun. Then we're gonna cut the stream off. But holy crap.
I think the voting's done. It looks like Hurricane Simulator.
Oh yeah, I
won
think
by
we're
much.
done.
Yeah.
I think
Man.
you're doing Hurricane Simulator.
I was voting for the first video.
Oh, you were, Tony?
Yeah, I wanted the first video.
Ah. Oh, we got 20 votes.
I'm not mentioning the name that this reminds me of.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and do a hurricane simulator. Okay, never mind. More votes are coming in. Yeah.
It's going down, but at this point,
At
it is
this
very
point, we gotta
stable.
end it.
Gotta
At
be
this
Hurricane
point.
Simulator.
Nothing
Yeah.
could-
All right, guys.
Simulator.
We're doing a hurricane simulator real quick. It won't take too long, probably like 10 minutes, and then we're gonna close the stream.
We need the one from Rhode Island, the one of like high pressures and low pressures that you can move all around.
Is it? I'm looking for it. Rhode Island.
I think it's from Rhode Island University. Yeah.
Rhode Island simulator.
From URI or Rick?
I don't even know, honestly.
No,
all I
this
know is
isn't
that
it.
it's
No,
from
this
Rhode
isn't
Island.
it.
Dang.
uh,
Hold on. Do I have it in my phone web browser? Let me check.
Is this it right here?
No, it's not it. Let me get a link though.
Okay.
It's from somewhere.
You do that. Okay, but apparently Hurricane Outbreak is in the App Store. You guys can't see. A lot of the audience can't see what I'm looking at right now. I just realized that. My computer screen's so freaking big. It's a 4K monitor, and yeah, I do shoot videos at 1080p. Okay, Hurricane Simulator. Okay, loading project. What do we got going on here? It's taking too long. Let's go ahead and do the fun one. This is winter right here. So, do you guys want a hurricane in the winter? You're getting one.
Yeah,
right
come
here.
on. Let's.
Yeah,
do
this
one
is the
in winter.
GFS. This is the GFS run right here. This is the GFS. Oh yeah, we're getting a hurricane crashing into Venezuela and Colombia right now.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I found it though. It's hurricane.concord.org.
Oh, do you have it with us? Do you have it
Yeah.
on here?
Let me link it.
Tony, you did it, Tony. Okay.
Yes, I did.
Okay. Could you post that link in Live No Mic so we can have a little fun? And all right, let's reset this. Go to spring, and we'll move this up here. Okay. There it is. Perfect. Oh, it's right here. Okay. Oh, this is it right here. All right.
There we go.
Okay.
While you guys do that, I'm gonna try to make one that crashes into Tampa Bay.
Yeah. All right. You guys do that. Guys in the audience, we're just having fun, a little bit of fun. We've already covered the important stuff. We're just chilling, having some fun. How do you start this? Oh, you just click start. I just realized that. So Tony is saying I'm someone junior that we're not going to mention, and now I don't know what the start button does. All right.
You're proving my point more and more.
All right. Do we want to do a winter scenario, guys? Just for the fun of it. All right. Let's click start. This is interesting. Tropical storm. Okay, we're moving through Cuba. It dissipated as it moved through Cuba. And this is just with a base storm right here. So, yeah. All right. And so we have that. We're going to restart this. I'm going to decrease
Move the
pressure.
highs all the way north.
All right. Like this.
Yeah, like put them way up. Yeah, put them up in the poles. There you go. All right.
Okay, let's do that. It's a tropical storm. Oh man, this does not look too good.
Nice.
It dissipated. It lost its Coriolis effect. It lost its Coriolis effect, Brendan. It lost its rotation.
Coriolis effect? What's that?
Yeah.
I hardly know her.
I don't even know.
Yeah. All right. I just cranked these high pressure systems to the max they could go. Let's see what happens.
What is that? 1035.
1028.
Oh, thing's gonna hook hard.
We're at a hurricane, bro.
Oh no, it didn't.
Okay.
Wow.
This crash is a Category 2 into Venezuela.
Like Venezuela. My God.
Yeah.
Okay.
To all the people in Venezuela who are currently dealing with insane $1 million inflation, this is not going to help.
And wildfires. That's actually good for the wildfires.
Oh yeah,
down
it's
there.
good for the wildfires. Finally, the GFS will actually get its act together because of that. Okay. Anyway, all right. Well, let's see what happens when I do this. Well, let's see what happens. Not good things happen. That's for sure. Hey guys, this is that going back to Africa scenario right here that we were talking about.
No.
A major hurricane crashed into Africa. Oh my goodness. That's why you need high pressure. Well, you need it for it to move west, but you get the idea. Hurricane. Oh, the hurricane image. Hey, does this look a little intense for a tropical storm, guys?
Crazy.
Yeah, off the Saharas. Yeah, a little
Yeah,
bit.
I was about to say. Okay, who's on live? No mic. All right. Okay. Anyway, here's this. Let's go ahead. You know what? I actually want to go ahead and do it for the winter, just to troll and do this and see what happens. What the heck just
Died.
happened? Did it just rest in
It
peace?
died.
It just rest in peace.
Yeah.
Bro, it left a smile.
it died.
Bro, it left an awkward smile right here. You can kind of make out the smiley face
Yo,
with the
why did
highs.
it leave the Amazon smile? That's really kind of disturbing.
Yeah, it is a little disturbing. Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and reload this.
I know it's
The
Jeff
summer.
Bezos and Elon Musk controlling the weather. So
Yeah, this
It's
is.
those heart machines, Tony.
Yeah, it is. All right. Let's see what. Did it just die
Chemtrails.
in the summer? Restart. Bro, if we start something in the summer, it just dies. How does that physically work?
I don't know. I mean,
I
what's the water
I
temperature?
accidentally created Ian, guys.
Oof.
I'm sorry.
Uh-oh. That's a little problematic. All right, let's start this again. And okay, this is just gonna crash into Venezuela. It actually
Oh, wait
keeps
a
going.
Wait, apparently there's rain totals? There's rain totals on this, apparently. Base map overlays. Yeah, go to map overlays and then precipitation.
Map over.
Genuinely
geez.
Where
crazy.
at? Where at?
And
Oh, map
outside,
overlays.
right,
Oh,
like,
gotta go to the precip. Oh man.
Oh man, yeah, I think you make Katrina 2.0.
Yeah,
or
I think we
Dorian.
got the
Let's
precip.
go.
What's the storm surge like? Storm surge doesn't. Where's the storm surge? Oh, I can't see it.
God.
Sea surface temps, precip. It caused about 8 inches of rain in South America before it moved to. Either it took this long to reorganize itself, it moved insanely fast, or one of the two. How did it go from this to a Cat 1 from Colombia all the way through the Gulf? It cut right through the Yucatan Peninsula, not the Yucatan Peninsula, the Yucatan Strait too, and it only became a Cat 1. In this day and age, that doesn't exactly work like that. Usually, especially with the loop current. How does that physically work? Okay, I'm going to stop. Oh man, did you guys see that for a second? Did you see how massive that was? Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. I think we broke Brendan's brain. Oh god. Alright. This is the last time I'm doing this right now. Fall.
Crazy.
I think Brendan left. I think he couldn't live with the whole hurricane sim. Alright.
Damn, dude.
Okay, looking at this. Let's decrease the pressure on this slightly. See how this goes. Okay. Interesting. Okay, it becomes a Cat 1. It still crashes into... It becomes a major hurricane, and then it crashes into Venezuela. Okay, I'm going to try one more thing and move this up to past Bermuda. Decrease the pressure down to 1021. Decrease this to 10... Move this down, decrease to 1026. Let's start it with that. KTS, category 1, category 2. Oh, this is pulling a Florence. This legit. Oh. You guys saw that too, right?
Is that another
Crazy.
superstorm, Sandy?
This is.
Oh, that goes right into Rhode Island. Oh, they need to close the hurricane barrier. Oh yeah.
Oh, that goes into New York. It goes west of New Jersey. It hits Delaware as a category 3. And then moves west of Philly as a Cat 1. What the hell?
Well, wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. If it's west of Philly, then that means New Jersey got it.
Yeah, New Jersey probably got creamed.
Good.
Oh man.
Take the state out. Take it out.
Interestingly, it made landfall in the Outer Banks as a Cat 4, so you could say it tried to pull a Florence, but it didn't have enough time. But it was a Cat 4 for a while in North Carolina before moving into Delmarva.
Sorry, Chad. I hate Jersey.
Bro, where's Ethan?
I live here.
Bro, where is Ethan when you need him? Where the heck is Ethan when you need him?
Well, according to that hurricane, he's probably drowned.
Just saying. Yeah, I could sit, bro. Yeah, DC is cooked with this. Matt, I'm sorry. DC is cooked.
All right. We cleaned out the swamp.
No, I think we made it deeper.
Damn.
Yeah. Anyway. All right. Enough crapping around, guys.
I got a category 3 New York City strike. That is crazy.
Yeah, that's what happens when you decrease the pressure on one of those.
Crazy.
Yeah. All right.
Like my goodness, the Statue of Liberty is cooked, dude.
Bro, how is there still
40
people tuning in to this?
They're just watching us play around.
They're just watching us horse around, like we're at a gaming stream or something like that. Like we're.
Hey, you know what? The way that actually looks right now. Look at it. It's got 2 eyes and a smiley face.
Yeah.
Or a mouth.
Legit. Oh, wait. Is that? I'm looking at. Are you looking at my stream or live? No, Mike.
Oh no, I'm seeing
live. No, Mike.
Oh shoot.
Actually, it looks. Actually, you know what? It kind of looks like.
Don't say it. Don't say it. We're gonna
Toothless.
get.
It looks like Toothless.
NOLA scenario. Okay. Alex. Okay. Oh. Ooh. That reminds me. I need to check the surge. I should probably check the surge.
Oh no.
Oh. Say goodbye to Eastern North Carolina. Tony.
Oh my.
You're gonna kill me for this. Say goodbye to Virginia Beach.
I kill you.
You're cooked, my man.
Yeah. Say goodbye to. DC does get some surge from this, but not as much as you'd think. Look at New Jersey and look at New York.
Crazy.
Oh yeah. Well, that's because you got the Delaware River Basin right there.
Yeah.
The Chesapeake Bay, and then you got the Atlantic Ocean. That just you just get swallowed in New Jersey.
I don't think the Real Housewives will be too happy with this.
Time to create a New York flutter here.
Bro, I already have.
I don't think the Jersey Shore production crew would appreciate this.
No shoot.
Yeah, but no, you can use your card. You can use your card.
No shit.
Use your card today.
I used it. I used my one curse word tonight on a hurricane simulator.
That's crazy.
I raged at a game, guys. That's how low we've gotten. Bro, look at the smiley face on this right here. Look at this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It looks like Toothless.
Has severely fallen.
Like seriously, it looks like Toothless.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon.
It looks like it looks like something I can't say.
Yeah, we're not gonna. Does that have something to do with what NHC did last year?
Yeah.
No, that's the other one.
Oh.
It's the upper body part.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no. Okay, I'm gonna pretend that didn't happen. I'm gonna do this.
Or just cut that part out.
We're streaming!
We can edit afterwards.
That's fair.
Now we're putting this on stream highlights, bros.
Bro, we're putting this whole segment in stream highlights. Whoa! I just got a Cat 4 that hit Mississippi.
Oh, so you created Katrina 2.0 again?
Let's go.
Yes,
if you want to look at my screen, judge for yourself.
Yeah, you just did a Katrina 2.0.
Considering I was at New Orleans in January, yeah, this is not going to end well.
Yeah, you just took out. You made all the levees break again. How do you feel, Pat?
I feel terrible.
You just made all the levees break again in New Orleans.
I also probably made Lake Pontchartrain become part of the Gulf of Mexico, too.
Yeah.
I accidentally made a stronger Harvey. That is crazy.
Oh, crud.
I'm gonna send in like a screenshot of this. Hold on.
Bro, look at this dude's smile right here. Look at this dude's smile.
He's like,
Pat,
yeah.
I'll send this on stream. What I have in live no mic.
Oh, shoot. I gotta see this. Ah! Is that a Cat 5 making landfall near Galveston?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yep. It was
Go
going at,
check
like,
out my
2 miles an
1900
hour.
Galveston hurricane documentary.
Real?
Yeah. Are you trying to like recreate the Galveston Hurricane
No,
Debbie?
he's trying to recreate a
guess.
worse version
Oh no,
of it.
Hurricane Camille. Hurricane Camille.
Bro,
I was
I'm
trying to
Pat
get
trying
a
to
New
kill
York
me with Hurricane
City Cat
Simulator.
5.
I'm sorry. If it makes you feel better, I'm trying to kill Tyler too. But yeah. Oh man. Fuck.
I think I found a worse wind pattern. Hold on.
I heard that word.
I didn't finish it.
Yeah, but
All right. Let's.
when can I rage? When can I rage? When can I rage at weather weenies?
Considering we've been doing nonsense for the last 20 minutes. I don't know.
I'm not
Okay, it
going
turned
to.
out that it decided to just spin itself over and over again as a Category 5 in the Gulf of Mexico.
Ooh, let's see if I can stall this out.
Oh no! Don't you dare stall it out! Don't you, Pat? Don't you pull a Dorian now?
I
Pat?
don't think we pulled a Dorian. I think we're pulling something worse. Bam.
What?
Is that a
what
Cat 5 in Savannah?
Oh my God! Poor people in Savannah just
I don't
got
think
wiped
Greg's going
out.
to be too happy with me. Dog, I don't think
Hey,
Greg's
why
going to
not-
be too happy.
I'm gonna make a New Orleans destroyer.
What the?
Hey, how about
Alex.
how about one? How about one from South Florida? You know, from like Port St. Lucie on down. Just take out South Florida.
You know what's crazy is the storm surge just really maxes out into Space Coast and then just nothing until we get to Savannah. Greg, if you're watching, I'm sorry. Hurricane Simulator made me do it.
Look at this in live no mic, bros.
Bro, we still have 40 people watching us just crapping around.
Look at live
Thank you
no
for
mic.
sticking around. I mean,
monster.
I appreciate it.
Yo, I saw.
I created a monster.
You not
We
only
got
destroyed
you.
New Orleans, you destroyed Houston.
Okay, so Pat, you need to destroy South Florida.
Why?
Why
Because
not?
Alex.
Are you
Because
still
Alex
mad
needs
about
to
that hockey playoff game?
Alex needs to go.
Just destroy. Damn it! Just destroy South Florida from Orlando down. Take out Orlando. Who likes Mickey anyways? I punched Mickey when I was little.
Oh god. Okay.
Danger. Come on, you're Florida. Oh, why did you go out that way? You stupid hurricane. You stupid hurricane. Don't you dare turd.
Okay, let's do this.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I'm gonna
just a
try
clo-
to find a Miami slabber, bros.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
See if we can. What?
Bro, this thing is stalling out and then
there
you
we go,
might
there we
have your
Yeah.
I
Oh.
think
That's crazy.
we just wiped out
No.
Jacksonville. by accident.
Oh well, that's okay. There ain't nothing good in Jacksonville,
the
anyways.
Jaguars are
That is
there.
crazy.
The J-
They suck.
Like I said, nothing. There's nothing good in Jacksonville. Come
Yeah,
on,
they
you
just
gotta
destroyed
Jacksonville could
Jacksonville.
be utterly deleted.
Bro,
Like it could literally be
honestly,
like
I like these scenarios, to be honest. I like doing
Oh,
this
what?
because at least it gives us an idea of what the impacts could be on a
Why-
random
why-
scenario.
why can't it just go further south?
I'll have to increase the pressure.
Oh well, maybe drop the low pressure a little. I mean, drop the high pressure a little to more towards south of Bermuda. I don't know.
All right, Tony.
Try that. I don't know.
Let's see if this works.
Come on, stall.
Okay, it's-
Stall.
Oh, okay. This is interesting. It moved,
There we go.
bro. This became
Dude, that was,
Irma
like,
a
real.
little- well, not Irma, but too far
Yeah,
south.
that was
then.
that was almost like real.
This is almost like that last part of it reminded me of Helene a little bit, actually.
Yeah.
Legit. Oh dang. Yeah, this was.
Show South Florida. Oh well, that didn't bust.
Well,
Oh yeah. Oh, there we go. Yeah,
we got everything.
there went some of her.
We hit the Everglades, but not
Yeah,
South
but
Florida.
Yeah, but you know what though? There went some of our viewers in Discord.
Oh. Oh God.
Bust.
Yeah. All right. We'll do one more and try to get South Florida just for the lulz, and then
Oh,
we
yeah.
can do something else or do
I
something.
wonder if you need to adjust the high pressure towards the right.
Yeah. That would. Yeah, that actually would make sense. Okay. Pushing that a little bit. Oh, too far. Okay. Let's do that, but increase the pressure. Do that.
Max it out.
Let's see what. Let's
Oh,
see. How,
what
yeah,
we
this
got?
just crashes it into Venezuela.
Sorry, Venezuela. Well, there went our coffee production.
There went our inflation production.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, 1025.
Oh.
Oh, this is actually. Oh, this might be the one. Oh!
Come
on.
It just. Look at this!
Yes.
It just
Yes, we
crashed
got
into
South Florida.
Miami!
Yes. It took out Miami. Yes. Yes, right over Sunrise, Florida.
I am
Right
scared
over
to
Sunrise,
see
Florida.
this.
We're clicking now.
Oh, yeah.
what? Okay.
Wow.
Okay. This crashed into Miami, but.
Miami is screwed. Naples is screwed. Port St. Lucie is screwed. The Gulf Coast or the East Coast
Savannah
is pretty much
still screwed, too. Greg's gonna still be mad at me.
Alex Baller's going to be mad.
Bro, this is gonna be on the. Oh, he already is. Bro, this chat has
Steve-Old.
become This chat has become
Steve-Old's
crazy.
going to be pissed.
Oh boy.
Bradley.
Oh boy.
Bradley's going to be pissed.
Oh yeah. Oh,
How's
boy.
that for a bust?
Yeah.
Busty.
Yeah, but man, yeah, we finally got Miami as a Cat 4.
Yeah. Nice. Nice.
This has to be the most insane scenario I've ever done. So
Goodbye, Florida Panthers. You lost.
I knew you were still salty about that hockey game.
Shut up.
Okay. For
Stinking
those who are
rats.
watching, are we doing this? Well, not to torture ourselves, although we are doing that, but also to talk impacts a little bit as well. Kind of see, what the impacts could be if you change the conditions a little bit. There you go. We had multiple pretty interesting runs. We had a Helene Redux. We had a whatever this is Redux. This dude's smile is trolling me so hard, Tony.
You know what? He just needs a cigar or a cigarette. He'll be happy then.
Okay, now there are 50 people who are watching this.
Welcome, people. You know what? Maybe we need to keep going.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen. 54 people. Ladies and gentlemen, go like the stream and subscribe to the channel right now if you're new. If you want me to keep doing Hurricane Simulator right now, please do that. That would be much appreciated. So yeah, POV GFS 500 hours out. Yes, that's pretty much it.
Pat.
Yeah.
Pat, one of the viewers would like to come on and speak.
Who?
Char WX.
Yeah.
All right, invite him in.
Yeah, let me go ahead and get him in. Let's do that. All right. What's up?
I just want to say, on that simulator game, I literally got a repeat of Maria.
Oh, dang.
Yeah,
That's not fun.
yeah.
Oof. Yo.
See, guys.
Bros,
we're-
I finally achieved it.
What'd you
Getting
do?
Oh
killed.
no.
Tony? You're not gonna like this.
Hey, Pat, I got to read you this.
What's up?
I got to read you that. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to screenshot it. I just got a lot of hate.
For what?
You'll see.
Oh God. I wish Daniel was here, cause we just had some pretty interesting stuff happen.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay, I got you, Pat.
Let me know when it's ready, Tony.
No, I just got your message. Your
Yeah.
DM.
Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah. Okay.
Just keep going. I don't care.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Oh boy.
Hey,
Yeah,
take a look at this.
I'm ready, Tony.
Just look at the live stream stage. Like,
Oh, okay.
Oh man.
Bro. Bro.
I think we should do it
Alex is
again.
not having a good time.
Poor Alex,
Reload
dude.
this. Shift this slightly over. Increase the pressure to 1026.
Yeah, let's do a Dorian over Miami. Come on, let's do a Dorian over Miami.
Oh,
No, no.
Let's see if we can get one.
I'd have to
forget
stall this out.
What if I do a surprise for Alex and I just like slam a Cat 5 into New Jersey?
We already
Okay.
did that. Well, we
Yeah.
did Cat 3, but
Okay,
still.
but the difference I will do, so it's 100 times cooler.
Okay.
All the bus casters are about to die.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I don't know if this will work or not. I'll probably have to increase the frickin'
I really want.
God.
You know what? Hold on. I know like some people in the mod team won't like this, but since we're in like such silly times now, what if we bring in whoever
What's up?
here?
What's up, Yoshi? Cut out.
I want to bring Weather Nerd on. I want to bring Weather Nerd on here since it's a
Oh,
very
no.
silly time.
Oh boy. Well, meanwhile,
Some of
we
the
have
mods
a
ain't gonna
Category
like
5
it.
hurricane slowly crashing into Venezuela. Yeah. That happened. Okay, I'm gonna reduce this. Really cut this down. See how this works. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's not gonna quite work out. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, oh.
Oh, that was a good one. Oh, heck yeah.
Wow.
That was a good
That
one.
that was. Oh,
Wow. That was brutal. That was brutal.
Oh my goodness.
Tampa got the backside of this.
And Titusville got the front side.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm not from Florida. I don't know my cities.
Look at Texas though.
Whoops. There went the oil rigs.
Brownsville got effed from this.
Oh, whoops.
5
Sorry,
people
Brownsville.
watching this crap right now.
Worst.
I'm getting blown up over here
Dude,
in DMs.
we have
What's up? What's up?
we have more people watching this than during the actual like serious segments.
Are you actually serious?
That's
Yeah, we got
crazy.
53 on right now. It used to be 55.
Are you actually serious?
Oh.
Bro,
I have a request.
I am being so serious right
Bro.
now.
go ahead, Tony.
I have a request. Dorian over Miami.
We're gonna try. I'm trying to figure out how to do that. That's the.
Dude, that's
And
a
make it
nightmare
stall.
scenario.
And make it stall.
I'm trying.
It is a request. It is a request.
I'm gonna try.
Dude, that's like $1 trillion disaster.
I'll have to move.
I'm
this.
sorry, Alex.
Okay, this'll. We're gonna have to run a. Oh, that did not quite work out so well. Oh, yeah, that didn't quite work out according to plan. East Coast got some stuff. All right, let's look at this and. Okay, so this is the initial stuff.
A
Well-
lot of viewers, because they think it's real. I just want to tell all.
Do people actually think this is real?
This is fake, guys.
I doubt it. I bet someone was making a joke.
Bro, yeah. Okay. Anyway. All right.
You know what, David? Okay, listen to me. Listen to me right now.
Okay.
I wanna. What's your Discord?
What's up, Yoshi? What's going on?
Hurricane, like a hurricane force. I won't be able to be on the live streams, but I want to be on. David's back.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know he's back.
And you know what? I want to half take up his offer that he's gathering a team for hurricane season, even though he already had like a lot. He has a server full of people. You have a server full of people.
Let's
don't
not
you?
start anything live, guys. Let's not
David?
start anything with live. Let's
I'm not.
take it.
I'm not even starting anything.
No, I
I'm
know.
Just,
I
like,
just
I'm literally just asking questions.
go
dude.
ahead. My bad.
Did Ireland just get taken out? Did Iceland just get taken out with a hurricane?
Not quite. Iceland's all the way up here. But
Oh, okay. Oh shit! Oops, I'm sorry.
we just pulled another Irma.
David,
That's like, yeah, that's
David,
like
I am
Irma.
literally not talking about you.
Well,
Okay.
Weak Irma.
there went T-Vold. Sorry, T-Vold.
I think he'd actually enjoy this.
And there went Alex Baller too.
That's crazy.
Okay. Let's see if we can do something with this. Yeah, that's not gonna work. We'll
Hey
have to
Pat,
look-
I gotta show you this.
What's up, Tony?
Oh my god. Oh my god. This man's blowing me up.
Oh God. All right. Okay, use that. 1020. Move this over. Oh, what's
There's someone special
This
in
is
the
like the
chat. I
most
want
unserious live stream ever.
I mean, the way I see it, let me look at this. There are still a lot of people.
Hey, Pat. Pat, you just got to see.
Pat, when are we turning this into a gaming channel?
Oh, Pat's Gaming. Yeah, I don't
Oh,
think the
no.
11,000 people that sub to this channel would be that thrilled with it.
Damn it, Pat.
I don't know what.
What's
I'm
up?
gonna-
Oh,
I'm sending you a DM.
go ahead. We gotta chill with this. Bro, look at...
No, send it to me.
There's
I
a
want to see
Cat
this.
3 crashing into Africa again. I hope Kosit's happy with this.
Whoop. Well, that might be good for the desert out there.
Yeah, I agree. They needs rain. Okay. Not quite what I was
Uh-oh.
looking. I'm
Oh,
trying
wow,
to create a
that doesn't work.
Dorian case, but
I don't even know how Dorian actually stalled.
the steering currents collapsed.
Yeah, and I don't know if you can do that on this or not.
You'd have to cut down both of them and really cut. That increases it. We'd have to really cut down the low pressure systems. We have to almost take them out of the
Equation.
yeah.
Let's try that. Let's see what happens.
Let's do it.
This is actually pretty interesting. Tell you the truth, you can sit here.
Oh, yeah.
You
I'll
can
have
sit
to-
here and play. Sit here and play with the high pressures.
Yeah.
Hey, I wonder what would happen if you placed the high pressure down at the bottom of the ITC.
Yeah, what would that do?
We can't place
There
it
we
that
go.
far south.
Oh man. Well,
We
place
could
it right there.
the
Let's see what
low.
happens.
Could place
Place the
that.
low above the high.
That would just crash it into Africa.
I don't know.
Oh, that would.
Well, place it outside of the low of the high.
What do you mean outside of it?
Keep going down. 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 Right there.
Right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
See what
What
happens.
is this?
Oh my god.
What is this?
Dude, that's like
Whee!
homemade Coriolis effect.
Bro, that is...
It spins.
That is... How is it not killed itself?
Because it has nowhere to go and
I
it's
hope
over
YouTube
water.
doesn't demonetize me for saying that.
Oh, we're
Like,
going to demonetize you for saying that.
Oh, God. Guys, be sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new. This is
It's still up.
one of the most interesting things I've
Well,
seen.
there was actually talk about that
Oh my
actually
God.
happening one time.
Look at...
Now-
The precept's a square.
Yeah. Now, bring the high pressure up. Watch what happens. Just bring it slightly up.
I can't move it. I can't move it.
No, the high pressure.
I have to reload
You can't move
this.
the high pressure. Yeah. Just bring the high pressure up and keep it low there. Just bring it back up just a hair, right about there.
All right.
Now watch this.
It just died.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yet, if it forms behind it, it gets stuck.
Yep. Okay. I'm gonna
Or-
try to drive this into the Caribbean and play some fun.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh, it got caught. It almost got caught into it. I have to make the low a little stronger. Let's do this. Do that. Okay, this just crashes into Venezuela. Not what I
And
wanted.
then probably, yeah.
Oh, I am
Because-
making something that is going to absolutely make you guys laugh.
All right.
Take a minute.
Alex just wrote a whole novel.
Oh. Oh. Whoa. Look at this. Look at this. Multiple Category 5 landfalls. Look at this.
Whee!
There's only one.
It just
Because this crashes into Jamaica so much, there's one thing I gotta say about this.
by Jamaica.
Yeah, not just that, but Weather Girl Danny is screwed as well.
Yeah, he ain't got nowhere
Goodbye
to go.
50K subs.
Yeah. Wee.
This is okay. Now it's weakening. It's okay. Now it's weakening. Now it's weakening. It's about to die. But bro, look at this. That is crazy. Okay, it's about to die soon. Or not.
Not necessarily.
It just keeps on going. How is it
Yeah.
surviving?
Because it keeps on bringing in the warmer air and the warmer water.
How does it not upwell itself to death? What?
That's awesome.
This is... It's terrible for Colombia, but...
And
You gotta
Jamaica.
Pat, you gotta show the stream that's looking live, no mic.
Oh, okay.
Oh, come on, Alex. Really, Alex? Really? You had to type that long thing?
Let me look.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
It's just data and silence, no chaotic press prefix, no last minute 5% hail zones, no yelling this storm's going to nuclear.
Okay.
Okay, Alex. You know what? Just for that long thing you made me read, throw another hurricane at Miami.
I will once I'm done marveling at this utter insaneness.
Oh no. Who DM'd me?
All right. I'm done. I'm done with this. Push this over a little bit. Start it. Okay, this crashes. Nope, that's too far east. Also to increase it to 1025. Do that. Now start it. All right. Okay, this is good. Oh yeah, this is. Oh. Well, say hello to Dahlia.
Did it take out Miami?
No,
God damn it.
I know, Tony. We'll get there soon. Oh, this might be. Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Didn't quite crash. Yeah, the northeast eyewall got into Miami.
Yeah. That's
Oh yeah, they are cooked. They are
They are
cooked.
Dude, Alex is crashing out.
All right, I think that's the last one we're gonna do for tonight.
Yeah.
I'm about done anyway. So
Poor Alex.
yeah, I'm
Poor
done.
Alex.
I'm about done anyway. Oh, but on the other hand,
Final look
how
at my
do we have
masterpiece.
50 plus viewers with Hurricane Sim? But we were not cracking 40 with the important stuff. Wow.
Bros, final look at my masterpiece.
All right. Ah! 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 Beep, 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 beep.
Poor Miami with that
What is
hurricane.
going on?
That was my EAS attempt.
Crazy.
All right. I think I'm done. I'm done with Hurricane Sim. I'm about to end the stream, guys. What do you guys think?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to close it out and say thank you guys for tuning in. You guys showed out. We really appreciate it. We're slowly but surely getting into the groove of things. I don't know. Would you guys want to do more streams like this where we discuss hurricane season stuff and we do something silly at the end? One in the chat if you guys would like to do more of that, and I'll definitely schedule some for you guys. One in the chat if you want to do more of that, and I'll schedule some. We'll talk to with our tropical team at Storms United, see if they want to do that. One in the chat if you want me to do more of this kind of stuff, because this is something I'm pretty interesting.
Gaming
We
channel.
stopped, okay? We stopped. Yeah, but yeah, one in the chat if you guys want me to do that. Yeah, everyone's just leaving.
Who
right
wants
now.
a Pat's gaming channel, bro?
Bro, yeah, we're gonna have we might do another one of these types of streams where we talk tropics for the first hour and a half, and then we do this for the
This was actually
last
fun.
hour. Yeah, this was actually pretty fun, and it looks like we got some good
This was
reception.
pretty cool.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, except for from Alex. I think Alex is going to kill us later.
Yeah, he is. Anyway.
Actually, he's in the audience right now.
Oh, I know he's in the
He's
audience
very-
right now. Oh, I know. He's listening to us intently. All right.
I'm afraid to bring him in here.
Yeah. All right. But anyway,
Bring my man in here. Bring my man in here.
okay. You want me to bring our boy in here? Okay.
We got to bring him in here.
All right. Okay. We invited
Come on in
him.
here, Alex.
We'll give him 30 seconds, and then I'm gonna do my outro and be done.
Watch
Come on, Alex.
Watch him yell at you down.
Come on and join.
He doesn't want to come on.
Yeah, no, he doesn't want to.
All right.
No.
We're gonna end it. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight.
Alex, you're a party pooper.
Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. We really appreciate it. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. The goal, as always, is to get more people engaged with weather. The Hurricane Simulator stuff will be clipped, and it will be on the highlights stream tomorrow on the Storms United channel. We'll let you guys know when that's out. We'll leave a link to that in the description of the next video, and we'll give you guys that just to show you where it's at. But with that being said, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate the support you got tonight. We in the first 15 minutes, we outperformed what we did last time, and that's always I'm always so grateful for that. We peaked out at about 60 concurrent viewers, which is still pretty incredible right there. So I want to say thank you guys for coming on tonight. It really means a lot. I really appreciate it, and I hope to see you guys some more. And we'll definitely do more of these types of streams. I don't know how frequently. We'll have to do figure out a schedule and all of that, but I do want to do that. So yeah, with that being said, have a wonderful night, guys. Stay safe.